Yolan Troon, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. Yesterday we talked about what to get from the faction stores and especially the FKR faction stores, and on the other hand, what not so much to get there. But as you know, in between arcs I always do beginner videos like yesterday, and I want to do that today again, and I want to talk about the factions again, but from a different angle, because today I want to talk about which one of these factions to pick first. Is it Federation? Is it Klingons? Is it Romulan? And before I get into some details, because that in the end depends on the style of gamer you are, I have to say there is no one golden answer to this, because it really depends on your personal style. And I will tell you why that is. If you pick the Federation, that's a good faction for some, let's say balanced, or no, not even balanced. It's a bit balanced, but it's a more defensive style of playing in the most cases, because ships like the USS Enterprise, in the end, they are more built for survivability. So if you're someone who wants to stand your ground, but you're not very aggressive or anything, then the Federation might be a good starting point for you. I know that a lot of players anyway that start playing this game often choose the Federation as their first. That's what I did when I played the game for the first time as well. And it's a little bit of a very known faction, of course. A lot of people identify with the Federation from the series, from the movies, etc. And so it's the first pick. But if you want to pick by game style, if you are a more defensive player, then the Federation is a good choice. The other extreme, so to speak, then is the Klingons. If you're one of the more aggressive players and you want to fight a lot, we talked about PvP a lot this week, then the Klingons are a good choice for you. I am building a lot of Klingon ships at the moment, and the Klingon faction is my highest faction. I'm still far away from a lock, as you can see, but the Klingons were the faction of my choice this time when I started playing. And I wanted to do it a little bit more aggressive than in the past. I'm not the big aggressive PvP hunter, but from time to time I do PvP, and it is fun. But the Klingon ships, starting with a Burrell and then later with a Negvar that I'm flying at the moment, they are really causing a lot of damage. They don't have the survivability of many Federation ships, in case of the Negvar more than the Akira, but that's kind of a downer of the Federation, that ship. But they are the ships I recommend for more aggressive style of playing. And in the end, we have the Romulans, and they are quite good in a combination of this, because they have a good shield penetration in many cases. They have solid hull health in many cases, and also a good potential for critical damage on many of the ships. And so if you want to balance it a bit between if you are in the middle between a miner and a hunter, then you might want to choose the Romulan faction. I did that on my last server. So first server was Federation, second server was Romulans, and now on my third server it's the Klingons. I was kind of more balanced while I was playing the Romulans as my first faction, and ships like the Augur give you a good punch in parts of the game where you want to work with it. There's the Augur. It's a ship that can hit well and can take a lot of damage as well. So if you want to find your middle ground between being the mean PvP player and being a miner, and middle ground is usually what I think is working best for me in this game, then the Romulans might be the faction of your choice. Also because of the look of many ships. Later, the ships I don't like that much anymore, but I had to get the Romulan Warbird, of course. That's really a cult ship. But the style of the early Romulan ships is quite great. And so I really liked when I started with them, but I wanted to have kind of a different experience on the different servers, and that's why I didn't take them for a second time. With regards to anything else, it doesn't matter what you choose. Choose it because of the ships you like. Choose it because of, as I said, your play style a little bit. But in the end, they all have the same in the faction stores. Even the Federation in the end will have cloaking devices on many ships. And by the way, cloaking devices. Sorry that I have to go astray here again. There was a quiz on my low-level account, which I still have for certain videos, and they did a quiz and a different battle pass for the lower-level players. And in the quiz, they asked which was the first Federation ship with a cloaking device. That was not the Defiant in the end. I mean, that's what they wrote as the right answer. But if I think about the Pegasus, even the Enterprise in between and so on, the Defiant was not the first Federation ship to use a cloaking device. Just saying. But nevertheless, in the game, a lot of Federation ships can use cloaking devices, so that's not even the most important part. It's a bit later than for others that you can get a cloaking device, but that's the only difference between the Federation and the Klingons and the Romulans. So just pick the faction that you like the most. If you want to think a little bit about your gameplay, I told you that in the video. And if you want to add something about this, which faction to choose first, then please write in the comments below the video and on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.